Taking a look at some of our stories for this Monday morning, July 31st, 2017. If you didn't hear about it yet, North Korea conducted yet another missile test on Friday. This one, another one of their intercontinental ballistic missiles, the ones that apparently could hit the United States. In fact, all of the experts fairly agree that this one had a range of about 6,500 miles, which means that if it had been aimed at a more flat trajectory, it could have hit Chicago or New York, but Alaska is definitely within the range. And it was interesting because there was also several reports in the news media that the United States followed that with a test of the THAAD missile defense system once again off the coast of Alaska. But there was no report of that in Alaska media. Normally, when there's a test of one of the missile systems, whether it's THAAD or one of the other missile defense systems that are based in Kodiak or at Fort Greely, Alaskans know about it. We kind of have to know about it because normally when there's a test, they send out a warning to boaters in the region to watch out. Once again, no such story appeared on that. The United States also allegedly launched a military exercise, a live-fire exercise in South Korea in response, and also had a flyover of two B-1B bombers. So, regardless of whether or not the U.S. tested the THAAD in response to the North Korean test, the United States certainly had a show of military force. And then President Trump immediately tweeted out that he's disappointed in China for not containing North Korea, and also has warned India to scale back its engagement with North Korea. Also, the United States has allegedly hinted at, although no official request has gone out yet, to have an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council today. So once again, Monday, July 31st was the target date for having this meeting of the UN Security Council to hit on the North Korea issue. The Trump White House continues to be in a state of turmoil as the latest chief of staff, Reince Priebus, has been ousted after a few stormy days. In fact, when he arrived by plane, he was on a plane with President Trump. He hadn't let anyone know what was going on. He got off the plane, went and got into a car, no comment, and left, and then the tweets came, in which basically the way this White House has been firing people, you find out about it by tweet when everybody else does. There's also some terror raids in Sydney, Australia, an alleged plot inspired by the Islamic terror groups, and several arrests made, and, more importantly, more travel restrictions on Australians across the board. In fact, I've talked to several Australians who are here in Alaska on holiday, and they have no idea that when they go back home now, they're going to be facing really strict travel restrictions once again. A number of other stories that we don't have time for. I will mention in passing that India is planning not one but two moon missions in early 2018, and power firms around the world have been warned against hacking attacks in light of several other hack attacks that have targeted power companies, including one in Ukraine that happened in December that managed to shut down the power across the country. They're saying that it's looking like it's a real threat, and that'll be my subject of commentary today. If you have a news tip, send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com.